And we're back. Joy of joys. Boiler's going. The dog is walking around upstairs. All the noises are happening. It's fun.
Banks and banks of humming machinery. I've never seen so many knobs. Here, try that button over there. No. Check that button over there.
Anyhow, you might be able to tell. I did do a bit of cleaning. Got rid of all the corrosion in here. Went double checked on the components that I found had failed, and actually the CR7, which was that's CR7, I think it is. Yeah. Actually, it was fine. It's not shorted out. I wonder if the green goo in there was conductive and causing more problems. This tantalum is most definitely still done for. So I have some replacement basic ones to throw in there and see if this works. While the soldering iron is warming up, I'm going to show you a little trick. I've got my lamp over here that you can't see. Ta-da! Now you can see where all the components are. That's fun, huh? I should do a whole video of just this. I didn't fix it, but I can tell you the load that it's showing is far lower than it was before. But we're also only we're hitting 5 volts, not 6. So that's better. We have nothing on the 20 volt supply still. So there is an improvement. Now we need to troubleshoot and figure out what else is wrong. We're gonna come in here. I'm on test point 1. Now look at that. Here, this is our 1 volt peak to peak. Get it near the line here. That's almost a full volt of noise. So I'm wondering if the filter cap has gone out. In here, C33. There's VR3. So let's go there. Might not be filtering very well anymore. C33. That is it's an 85 volt, 490 microfarad. I was smart and figured there's a chance those can caps may not be good. So I ordered some. I have a 560 100 volt in place of the 480 and two 1500 50 volt in place of the 1450 45 volt. So I'm going to take my solder sucker on the back side. Oh, you probably can't see that. In any case, hey, hello. Anyway, probably can't see that, but that is the same test thing. No more Riplies. So that capacitor was definitely. I'm going to replace the other two because if one of these was bad, I can imagine the other one's going to be a little unhappy as well. Okie dokies. Alright, so much easier to see inside now. Alright, got these filter caps replaced. I'm going to leave the spray alone. Really don't want to have to replace that one. big guy. But I do wonder about these little electrolytics. So, we've got 180 at 50 volts, 180 at 50 volts, 1000 at 25 volts. So I've got 180 at 50, 180 at 50, and 1000 at 35. So it's always fine to go a little higher in value as far as voltage goes. So this line right here is just headed into here, which doesn't have any traces going to it. So this has just been holding it down. So this is the positive, that's the negative. And yeah, it's quite ooky on the bottom. So, yep, another dead electrolytic. Wasn't even filming. Good job, Sam. Remember to film. So this guy. Look at the schematic. Everything I've been seeing is, you know, the 6-volt supply is working, my bias control is working. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Well, I'm going to try it now and see if something happened, but I was checking the inputs. I was like, so what do these do? Do these have a connection? 552. And that one's got to be reversed because it's a negative. That one's fine. I got down to this one. That's fine in that direction. You know, it beeps briefly because, you know, diode, all the electronics in there. But when I tried it before, it was dead short. Both directions. I tried the test point in there to this, dead short. This is the diode. This diode shorted. Wonderful. Now we're going to see if that did anything. My voltage is down. Selected on the 6-volt supply rail. Let's just see what I see. Hopefully it doesn't zap. Oh, voltage. And nothing there. What happens here? Still nothing! Still nothing! But whatever the heck the load was, well, I fixed that problem. Now I have to go back through and do all the testing again. Lovely. Well, hey, I fixed something for sure. That's a win.